So it's been a long time since I've done one of these late night videos, but here I am doing a late night video with you all. What was the reason of me coming to you so late tonight? Well, that's very easily. I watched AEW Wrestling After Supper, which was like 1 hour, and it wasn't really that. I should have just changed over to my Married at First Sight, then I could have got this done the first time. But tomorrow night we have Chrisley's Knows Best, and then the Australian Married at First Sight. So it might be 2 nights in a row that I don't get a workout in, and then the rest of the week will be workout. But I got my notes from Married at First Sight, the new couples from this season, and they did not do all the couples, but they did the first several couples, and I made notes. We'll get to those shortly. I worked today. They took the limbs off the boulevard today. That was our major thing for the day. So happy about that. The nurse Debbie called and said there was no way they could give him a written excuse for not wearing a mask, so I'm so glad that I ordered him the gator. Hopefully he'll wear it. I broke the news to him about the gator tonight at Arby's, and he goes, well, if it's breathable, I'm still going to get corona. I'm like, technically, you're not going to get corona because it's advertised that it's going to help block unwanted things. I think that's what it said. Anyway, it's supposed to be the same purpose of a mask, so he should be fine. I've been reading my Linda Lau Miller Big Sky Wedding book, and I've made a dent in it, but I'm not all the way done. But when I do, you'll get a wonderful book review as always. And of course, my mind sometimes has these days where I can't focus properly, so I started in on my artwork. I picked out this old-time farm-like picture to do from my God Bless America book. I think this is set in a rural setting back in the old days. Also, I think it's kind of a Amish kind of setting. It says, make a cow happy, drink milk. And I've only got the grass colored. Everything else is not colored yet. But that's what I think it's supposed to be. We'll have to stay tuned on how that one turns out. It may be one of those. I actually have a pile of pictures that I have not finished because I don't have any confidence to finish them. So I'm hoping that does not turn out to be like one of these, but we'll see. Now, to the notes to Married at First Sight and the couples and my point of view. And where did I put my glasses? Oh, goody. We're just going to have to break out the special occasion glasses because they're right here. Okay. Karen saw Miles, his Instagram before the wedding, and thought he was too emotional. Almost didn't want to marry him. Do I think it will last? At first I thought no, but they will get a maybe out of me. She told him about the Instagram, and they chatted about each other and what likes and dislikes. They seemed to be okay. Wedding photos that they took, well, to me, photos speak 1,000 words because I love photos, okay? Because it captures moments that are never going to happen again. And, you know, they're rare, and you get emotions from photos, so you can kind of tell what people are thinking. Of course, I overthink things, but just from those photos alone, I don't think Karen and Miles are going to make it. Karen seems to be uptight and reserved, where Miles seems to be a down-to-earth guy, and he has no problem with whatever life deals him. He's going to be able to handle it. And he seems like he's ready to be married, where Karen, I question. Olivia and Brett. She's like Miss Sugar and Spice, and he's definitely the serial dater. He told his groomsmen that she was thoughtful with the gift of naming a star after them, but he also told his groomsmen that he found her nerdy because of it. I don't see them working out. Olivia is hopeful, but Brett is awkward and standoffish. He says experts did a great job, although I don't see this match happening. Photos were great, but still not feeling like they are going to work out. Armani and Woody. I love this couple. I can't say that enough. They are funny. They had these great moments during the wedding where his vows were like for rich and richer. He says, we're not going to be poor. I thought, oh, it was comical the way he said it, and it was just a jovial thing to say. and he was very flirty with her, and they're getting to know you conversation. They complement each other, and he centered his behavior around her during the photos, which was very telling. And they came off wonderful, the photos. Okay, the next is the first dances for our couples. The best dance went to our Manny and Woody. They just complimented each other. They played off each other quite well. The worst dance was Olivia and Brett. At one point she said something about it just didn't feel real, or something to that emotion, and he's like, well, we can make that happen, and no. So that just felt cold. Toast, the best toast. Well, I guess I'm going to take all these toasts one at a time. The toast, Karen's bridesmaid, was great and inspirational, while Miles was serious yet had a touch of comedy. It was fun. Olivia's mom of Olivia gave her the speech, which I could... My mom would be the totally... If you all know my mom, she gave the speech at our 6th grade graduation. I could totally see her doing that someday at my wedding, being like, I'm going to give the speech. And Steve, the best man of the brother, was comedy. He brought comedy yet love, and it was just nice. Woody and Armani, the best man. Armani had, and she's the woman, a best man do the speech, because that was her best friend or whatever, and he gave a good toast about likes and dislikes, which would help Woody in the future, and I thought that was thoughtful. Woody's cousin did a toast that was very touching and brought Woody to tears. It was so emotional. And then we go to the couple that I just don't see having a snowball's chance in Hades. That would be Amelia and Bennett. Bennett sent a wedding gift and a note to Amelia before the wedding, which was a pebble on a necklace. And Amelia wore a bird's nest in her hair to her wedding. Let's see here. The preacher says, meet Amelia for the first time, and he automatically says, it's not the first time. And from the way he acted, and that's the way they left it, I don't see it working out, sad to say. I will keep you up to date next week with our Married at First Sight up-to-date, whatever's going on the show. And we'll just have to see what happens there. So stay tuned for that. My hair is driving me nuts tonight. I don't know. I wanted to do a side note. One of my dear friends is my hairdresser. I'm not going to say her name, and she probably wouldn't want me mentioning what happened to her today, or she's had several occurrences to do this. But I think that we need to have a little common decency, and we need someone to bring it home. And that someone's going to be me tonight. You know, when you go into a place of business and you already see a sign outside, if you cannot show respect, then don't go into that business. It is so tacky. I wonder where these people have been raised to act like they have no manners. Who raised them? But my hairdresser is one of my best friends. Okay? And I got to tell you this. I really, if you see no mask, no service, and you disagree with it, don't go in. Okay? She was disrespected. Someone spit on her mask shield over her face. And the police say if they weren't present, they can't do anything about it. So that's wrong. And it's wrong that this is going on. So I really hope that before you go in and disrespect someone in their place of work, that you show them the respect that they deserve. They may not even agree. It's like these poor people that work at the stores and at the restaurants everywhere that's wearing the mask, okay? You know, there's some of us agree because we have pre-existing conditions. It's not a political thing to us who have pre-existing conditions, but to those who want to make a federal case out of it and act like a 2-year-old child and say, well, I shouldn't have to wear my mask. That behavior it's not appropriate, but it's even worse when you spit on someone. That should be just, you go to jail. You don't even get the $200 like in Monopoly. You just go to jail. I mean, if we can't act like we live here in the States Yes. But even those who do support Trump, he even says it's patriotic to wear a mask. Maybe you should follow your leader and take his advice. So that's where I'm going to leave that tonight. Don't spit in people's faces. Don't spit at them. Don't disgrade them or discredit them. Don't be talking harshly. Just do what you're supposed to do. Get what you need and get out. Whether you're at a grocery store, a restaurant, or a salon. Let's act like we have some common decency that God gave a goose. And more importantly, let's stand united and not divided. United we stand, divided we fall. I hope that reaches everyone tonight and not just certain people because that's the one thing I want to do with these videos. I want to help people. I want to inspire others. I want to reach out to people and be a listening board, a sounding board. I want to help any way I can to help others. Okay? With that being said, good night. Wash your hands. Keep your social distance. Wear your mask. There's one thing that is true, that has stood true through all of this pandemic. We're all in this together. Whether we decide to make it alive or dead is among your shoulders. Remember that. Good night. God bless. Best wishes.